Wow, what an amazing playoff. And now, after all that, we're down to the final two teams. Can you believe who these teams are? The Vegas Golden Knights and the Washington Capitals. It's absolutely amazing. Okay. Um, it makes for a great story because for the first time in 11 years, we are guaranteed a first-time Stanley Cup champion because this final will feature two teams who are looking for their first cup. Obviously, the Knights are in their first season, and Washington hasn't won the cup. They've been to the final once, and like I said, the stories behind it, they're just amazing. They're just amazing. First off, let's start with the Golden Knights. Now, they're Vegas is still right on a wave of emotion. Of course, it was a few days before the season started that the terrible tragedy happened on that Sunday night, October 1st. Uh, a ter- let's call it what it is. It was a terrorist attack, and so many lives lost on the 1st of October that evening, and this was days before the Vegas Golden Knights would hit the ice for the first time ever their inaugural season, and the team, which was the city's first official foray to professional sports, it brought the community together, not just the community in Vegas, but it brought a lot of people all over the country, all over the world together to see this team full of players from each of the 30 different teams band together and have this amazing kick-ass season. This to me this ranks up there with the other times that sports has brought a community together after tragedy. Of course, the Saints and the then New Orleans Hornets uh, in the aftermath of Katrina. Um, of course, all of the sports teams, especially the ones in New York City, in the aftermath of what happened in 9/11. And of course, last year, the Houston Astros were in the World Series for the first time in franchise history, coming off the tragedy of Hurricane Harvey. Just one of many amazing and great moments where where sports brings the community together following tragedy, following terrible happenings. And the Vegas Golden Knights, it's an amazing story. With the goaltender Marc Andre Fleury, stellar cup experience. He still got it, shutting down teams. Players like Derek Anglin and Jonathan Marchessault and William Carlson scoring goals left and right. Ryan Reeves was the one that scored the cup, the Campbell Trophy, the Campbell Bowl clinching goal in the second period. That got Vegas to the final in their first season. Hasn't been done by any expansion team in 50 years. And it's it's just an amazing story. But on to the other half of this amazing final, the Washington Capitals. Of course, many teams in the NHL have had that choker label, but none have worn it so more egregiously than the Washington Capitals. I mean, they suffered so much. Yes, they went to the Stanley Cup final once in 1998, but they didn't win a game. And in their attempts to get back there, they failed miserably. uh, Especially in the Alex Ovechkin era, which began in 2005. Ovechkin had this stigma of never getting past the second round, never getting past the Penguins. Something a lot of us, myself included, have mocked him for. Um, some saying Ovechkin himself has been blamed for this. Some say it's unfair, but I have seen the postseasons. Ovechkin would disappear in the playoffs, not provide any offense. Remember how Alex Rodriguez was in those postseasons until 2009? That was Ovechkin. He would when the playoffs would come, he would disappear, not provide the offense, and when he did provide offense, he was usually left hanging by his teammates, his stellar teammates. They would disappear. But this year was a completely different story. Everybody showed up. Braden Holtby was at his best this year, and all the key players came through in clutch situations. Most notably, Evgeny Kuznetsov. Evgeny Kuznetsov, when he scored that goal in overtime in Game 6 against Pittsburgh, the happiest person in the world let alone that arena had to be Ovechkin. That goal removed two monkeys off his back. He finally beat Crosby in the playoffs, and he finally got to the third round. He was so happy. I was so happy for him. See, I love seeing him that overjoyed. He was like a big old kid. And not only that, it got better for Ovechkin. He moved. He's in the Stanley Cup final finally, and he was so overjoyed. Both teams were overjoyed. One thing I couldn't help but notice in the celebrations was, of course, as we diehard hockey fans know, there's a superstition involving the conference trophies, the Prince of Wales Trophy and the Clarence Campbell Trophy. The superstition is you don't touch it. If you don't touch it, chances are you're going to win. If you touch it, it may decrease your chances. Some have defied that by actually touching the conference trophies, and it has worked out sometimes. However, the Golden Knights and the Capitals, they lifted their trophies off the podium. They wanted to drink this in, and who can blame them? Who can blame Vegas? I mean, this is a feel-good year for Vegas Golden Knights and for the city of Las Vegas as a whole, and you can't blame Ovechkin. I mean, he had spent 13 years without even playing for the Prince of Wales, and now he has it. Of course, he wants the big one. Who doesn't want the big one? So it's going to be an amazing final. Somebody's going to break the schneid, though in Vegas' case, their schneid only lasted about a few months. But a schneid is a schneid, and somebody's going to break it. Which begs the question, what's my prediction? Who am I going to pick to win this? I'd love to say I have a prediction, but I actually don't. In fact, I won't reveal my prediction until I hit social media after this video. But if you want to see who I picked, check it out. My Twitter handle is @ClydeE.Dawkins. I'll post it there. I'll post on Facebook, same name, Clyde E. Dawkins. I'll post it on both sides. It's hard to pick. I mean, either the Golden Knights are going to make history and win the Cup in their first season ever, which would be epic, or Ovechkin is finally going to lift Lord Stanley's Cup above his head for the first time ever, which would also be epic. And that scene has me thinking of Ray Bourque 17 years ago, when Ray Bourque, after 22 years, finally won the Cup. And we all remember that scene. Sakic picked up the Cup as captain, and within 2 seconds, he handed it off to Ray. It was an amazing moment. Ovechkin's basically the Ray Bourque now, though that may change. All I know is it's going to be a great final. Two good teams are going to go at it. And of course, Fleury basically is the one monkey left that Ovechkin has to surpass. Because Fleury was with those Penguins teams that would torment him. But all I have to say is it's going to be an amazing final. It was a good playoffs despite the lack of overtime. And to the Vegas Golden Knights and to the Washington Capitals, this hardcore puckhead tips his hat off to both of them. So, with that, I say the final starts tomorrow. It all starts tomorrow. The Stanley Cup final starts tomorrow, Memorial Day. Enjoy that final. It's going to be good. It's going to be gripping. Let's hope for some drama. And I'll be back to review the final and congratulate the champion. So until then, my fellow hockey fans,